Have you had any challenges dealing with male tourist guides? Do you sometimes feel looked down upon or picked on or challenged or dared in your guiding experience? And how have you dealt with that?
Yes, being the queen of the Nile Republic or Northern Empire,
Yes.
I think I was the only one that stood out among the men, and some of them came in. One thing, I don't drive because of I have a heart condition, so I don't drive. So I always
Have a driver.
a driver. So these guys in my region, basically, I think, look at me as either a competitor or something. So I looked at them and I always smile at them. I smile because when COVID hit, I had just done my one trip and I had a lineup of trips. So when people were anticipating opening of things in 2020, 2023, 2021, me, I said, and I told some, I said, the best time is 2025. They're like, that's why I said yes, because it will take us long time to recover the trauma, everything, for people to get back to that free travel with everything. So me, I'll be ready for a trip in 2025. And also my other clients also booked 2025. I said, fine. So in 2024, I get trips. I get referrals from other male tour guides, especially from the central part, and then I call these other ones in my region and I tell them I have this, and I think I was at Sheraton for a meeting, so I call them and say, please get in touch with this person and handles that trip.
Okay.
So for them, they think I am in competition with them, or I cannot do it, incapable of doing the trip, just because I gave it to them. So I meet this guy, and he doesn't want to, not even saying hi, and I'm like, okay. And he went through successfully with the trip, and the same client referred to them another client. So that is my joy, because at least I have given
lifted a hand.
Yes,
you raised the hand up. So
yes, and now you're also busy. That is very good for you. So when they saw me, when 2025 hit, I'm always on the road. I'm always on the road. This lady,
who does she call herself? How does she do it? Why is she even doing it?
And I do my trips perfectly well. With clients say thank you, we enjoyed, we will come back.
Wow.
And those challenges are there, but for me, I look at them like we are way, as humans, we are way above those. You feel like threatened.
Yeah.
But me, I am a Gilian species.
Yeah.
For me, I said I am the only species left next to extinction. So I am highly endangered. So instead of you feeling insecure with me, you should actually protect me.
You.
Yeah. But when we meet, any platform, I always tell them, let's work together.
Yeah.
What I can't do, you can do it. What I will not be in position to do, I will refer to you to do it. So when it comes to the professional aspect of it, I do my things way better than the male in my region, because I am a professional, and that is what I regard highly above everything. I have a standard of doing my things, and I will not compromise it.
The standard.
Yes. And then when it comes to creation of products, they cannot.
Yeah.
They cannot create products like me. I remember when I was in Queen for a training, and there is a tour guide from a tour company within here, Kampala, calls me and say, Queen, we need an actually experience. We have clients who would want to do that. And there was nothing like that. I get to call one of the chiefs in Patiko near the fort.
Yeah.
I called him. I was on phone. We developed a product
On phone?
on phone.
While you on training?
I was in Queen Elizabeth going through my training. And that was one elder I respect, because everything, all the channels that I told him, let's get people here, we get this, after this distance, we get this, we get this, we get this. And that's how we set it. And after the client went, this guy called me back, this guy called me and said, thank you. My clients appreciated, and I got a good tip.
Wow. Wow.
It was on phone, and that is when I'm like, okay. So everything is really possible when we put it. And even my community, the community around there, embrace tourism from that experience. To go and see the setup of actually traditional house, actually kitchen, how is it? What do they do? How is the normal home? What is the general setup of a community? And that is how we set it. From this home to the other one brewing, to the other one doing what, the other one doing, because every home has its own uniqueness. That is how we did. Though I have issues with other people, the Christians, but our trails end up in
the herbalists, witch doctors.
Sure.
Is that a question or a statement when you say witch doctor? I think in English when I say which doctor are you going to? It's a question, right?
It's a question.
I'm asking you.
I don't know. It's a question. Is
this a statement? Or is it a title? Someone is here to explain to us what that means. When you say which doctor, is it a title? When you say which doctor, I thought that which is one of the words. I forget the English word. When you say what, when, where. Who, which?
No. I think this is for those with those supernatural spirits and what, and yeah.
So the other day I was having a conversation with the Queen of the Road, and today I am having a conversation with the Queen of the Acholi Republic. And I will ask a question that I always like to ask. You've mentioned, and we know, your passion for professionalism and service standards that are uncompromising. Have you thought about helping other people gain from your experience and knowledge? Is there anything that you're doing in that effort, or you have done?
Yes, if you remember, I told you if I am unable to do it, I have people, to do. I have a number of youth, both male and female, who have been through the tourism trainings, and I guide them on what to do in case I am not there. They handle. So I extend the knowledge to them. And we are yet to have more trainings, especially in bird guiding, the birds, and then butterflies, the trees and shrubs, and our environment that much. But the most important thing that we want to have them engage in is the cultural aspect, which is very rich. And that is one thing that will keep people around, because our culture is very rich. If you sit to listen to the stories, if you sit to listen to the different dances, the different foods that are eaten, every food has its own occasion. And the way it is prepared. So that culture bit is one thing that I want them involved, because now there is, the new trend. It's not the wildlife. After the wildlife, we need the food. Yes, the food comes in to blend and to, that is the seasoning, yes, of all the experiences with the gorillas, the experiences with the hippos in the hippo pool, the lions, the giraffes. So the food comes to top it up.
Wow. Queen of Acholi Republic.
Queen of the Northern region.
Queen of the Northern region. Listening to you, I see hospitality. I mean, you're camping and preparing meals. You are helping people to have a Ugandan experience with street food. That is hospitality. You're talking about experiences and packaging, which is travel planning. You're talking about culture, again, which is in the line of tourism development and packaging. But I also know you as a conservationist who is actually very passionate. And in our conversations before today, you have talked about the forest. And I have a million questions, but I will probe. But tell us about the forest. Where does the forest start from? What is in the forest? Really, tell us about the forest.
Wow. You remember the conversation I said I'll hit back to tourism as a retirement package?
Yes, I remember that very well.
So the forest is a retirement package.
Okay.
Is where my tourism retires. The forest is in Pade district. It's about an hour's drive from Gulu city.
Okay.
And you pass Achua River Drive as you head to the famous Aru Falls. The forest is 2.5 kilometers before Aru Falls, and in between Aru Falls and Kalawinya Hills, where you can do hiking. There are caves and more of stories. Yes, the caves are really has its own stories that, you know, when you get there you get to know. And it's tourism.
Yeah.
Whatever in tourism is tourism. The caves and the hills, the Kalawinya Hills, is protected and managed by a goddess called Abe.
Okay.
Not a male one. We have a female one.
Okay. Abel.
Abe.
Abel means beauty, right?
Yes, Abe is
good.
beauty.
It means good, beauty, yes.
Yeah. So the forest sits on, now I can say 14 acres of trees, indigenous tree species.
Okay.
Which are also, I call it the pharmacy. Yeah. My natural pharmacy in the forest. The other day, I didn't tell you why I didn't travel way earlier.
Yeah.
When I was about to travel to Gulu from the forest, as I was preparing, a visitor comes in. I hear a call. And this is a call I'd not had since I got there. I'm like, it was a casque hornbill. And that was a very new visitor in the forest. And where was it sitting? On the shea nut tree in the compound. Like, no way. How did this one come? Because every dry season I am here and I don't get it. I only get the white crown turaco. That is always there in the morning, evenings, and they're the ones there. And this one, like, no, I need to. So I canceled going to the city to find out if it's just resting or
if it's a resident.
I want to go back and still investigate, because in the morning I had a call from a nearby tree, again within the forest. Then I'm like, this is our new visitor. I was so happy, so excited, because that was a new addition to the forest. The forest has, I think, over 30 species of birds. Yeah. And then in a radius of let's say 4 square meters, you can count comfortably more than 20 species of different tree species.
Wow.
And they're all indigenous. We've planted others and we've left them there. So the forest has bush babies.
Wow.
They come out in the evening and they are busy there making noise, and I talk to them.
Of course.
I talk to them. I love them.
Okay.
As the squirrels climbing, jumping from this tree to the other trees, it has all the other creatures, the butterflies, and the duikers are also there. So they're so, that's a lovely place. I call it the paradise in the woods, because when you're there, it's quiet. It's only basically nature
talking
to you. So if you find yourself lost somewhere, come to the forest. You get to the forest, you will find yourself, because there is no any other question you're going to ask yourself apart from finding yourself and refreshing your mind. And your lungs gets detoxed, because it's pure, clean oxygen you'll be taking in. So the forest is where I spend most of my time doing a lot of things. We've planted passion fruits to just go on top of the trees. We have monkeys that also come and eat them. We have the rabbits. We have the guinea fowls. We have so many of them. And my community people look at that and they see charcoal.
Okay.
A young boy a few days ago passed and said, "There's a lot of charcoal here." And then I went to the road, I looked at him. They forget that it is a windbreak for them. They forget that it is helping them to purify their oxygen. I cannot... One thing why I got the forest, I can't tell people, stop cutting trees. When you tell them stop cutting trees, they'll ask, where are yours? So it is an example, because in that small village of ours, that's the only forest. And the place was all forested. So that's the only forest cover that has protected those near me from the strong wind. And of late, they realize that there's a lot of more rain pouring around me than
far from you.
Yes. So I told them, you see, when I came in, I asked you people not to cut down trees. So what we want to do is we'll be planting trees, wood trees, and giving seedlings to them to help them leave other trees to regenerate, because this indigenous tree species, within a period of 5 years, it would have regenerated. I don't know whether they will buy the concept, but I want to be the example they will see. And in the dry season now, like we are heading to our summer, they would want to come and chill. And when they get there, they don't want to leave. They say, it's very beautiful. I say, but I told you to keep. So I want to give them the trees to plant around their homes. And they start from there.
Boundary forests.
Yes.
Interesting. Many months ago, I had a conversation with one of the senior guides in the industry. That's Johnny Kamjisha. And we were talking about tree planting, and he's also into indigenous trees. And then a few weeks ago, I spoke with the man himself who has taken this whole conservation thing and tree planting a notch higher, who goes by the title or given name, Mr. Green.
Oh, yes.
And we were again talking about tree planting. It's actually, for me, very inspiring and a good challenge that you are also creating a forest and investing into this forest. But what I remember Johnny saying was, what I remember Mr. Green, Robert, saying is that the problem is not cutting the trees. He said, the problem is cutting the trees and planting none.
Yes.
Because he says that definitely people live off cutting trees as fuel and as herbs and medicine and all these other things. So that's a given. It is bound to happen. The problem that we need to deal with is, if one tree is cut, can 3 trees be planted? And then we will have a balance. And I think that's what you are doing. And now you've just mentioned about your neighbors, and you got me imagining that we are about, I think the last census was talking about 48 million. At the risk of being erroneous, I think we are about 50 million people. And I imagine if every year 50 million trees were planted for each human being, I think we would have a better Uganda,
Yes.
and we would have a better universe in as far as vegetation and trees is concerned. Really, if one tree is planted for one human being deliberately, leave alone those that are growing by themselves, but if we deliberately, if 50 million people planted 50 million trees in this country, we would actually live and coexist with Mother Nature very well and very comfortably.
Absolutely.
So really, really well done on reaching out to that village and setting up the forest. What would one enjoy in the forest in terms of the whole establishment? You've mentioned about the birds and the squirrels and the species that are there. But when I am there, what else is there? Do I have a place to sleep and shower and all that? Or is it really just, do we sleep on trees when we're in the forest?
The forest is it's a forest.
I saw that coming.
So when you're there, everything is traditional way of life. You live according to your terms as long as it does not harm the forest. So yes, we have where to sleep. We pitch tents and we sleep there, and then get engaged in our food preparations, food harvesting, community events, get to know about the stories and histories of the Acholi people, the way of life, and know more as you go to adventure the waterfalls and also go to hike the Kalawinya Hills. So in the forest, we basically don't use chemicals there. Everything there is organic. Even the food we grow, there's no chemical in it. So we grind most of our things that needs to be grinded using the grinding stone.
Okay.
So that is how we are. We are going back to our roots in the forest.
Wow.
So if you want to eat in a clay pot,
the forest.
You want calabash, food served in calabash,
the forest.
That is how we do it.
Wow.
We take you back to before civilization. This is how we used to live. And if you realize that is the most healthy foods, the most healthy living, as opposed to the ones that we do now.
Wow.
Because actually, we have simsim that we get oil from. We have pumpkin leaves, the seeds, we make sauce out of it. Granuts, there is oil that comes out of
natural
it.
Protein, yeah. All these have
and
natural
then
protein.
We have the most endangered tree species that lives for 250 plus years, the shea nut tree, that gives us very good butter and oil for the skin and for cooking.
Wow.
It's a tree. It's I call it our olive tree.
Yeah.
Because it fruits once a year.
Okay.
And for it, even the pulp, the fruit itself has you eat it.
Yeah.
Or you dry it, and because next year we shall have it in the forest for people who visit to try it out.
Yeah.
We dry it and package it and keep it there. It's very nutritious. You don't need sugar. We have wild fruits. The black palms are there, and right now the tortoises are enjoying. We have so many wild fruits that in the forest we have sections for them.
Yeah.
They are there, they're growing. We have wild grapes that are also growing there. So all these are medicinal contents that we need in our bodies. I don't need to take any pills for cough because I just pluck a leaf, chew it. We do a lot of herbs because we harvest them from the trees. We have, I don't know if you know hair potatoes. We also have it there. It hangs, it looks like it's round, yam, kind of, it's in that family. So we introduce all those in that area to preserve them because these are things that are getting extinct. And the forest is called Ya. Ya is the shea nut tree. So why Ya is a conservation concept, that name that just want to preserve it, because they came after it. It makes the best charcoal, it makes the best wood, it makes this and that. So if we don't conserve it, and we have stories with it, the next time I tell you the history of Joseph Kony and what, Yeah is part of it.
Wow, friends, you are on Explore with Peter Mugogo and my guest Gillian Josephine is just sharing with us more information about the forest. The forest is her project that she has set up as a retirement project, but what I hear her saying is that she would love to host people on this project for them to get in touch with themselves after getting lost into the world because of the hustle and the challenges of life. That the forest is a place of healing, a place of rejuvenation, a place of getting quiet and do introspection, soul searching, and personal reflection. And as you have heard from her, it is a place with everything that you would want for yourself. You choose. It's an open menu, so you choose to cook, and you are a part of the experience. Gillian, this is amazing. And I know that many times people ask me, can you give us this number and this number? At this point, I would really love that you could, if you don't mind, share your number with people who would watch this video if they want to ask you more questions about the forest. Yes, the number.
My number, which is also on WhatsApp, is +256 772 561 786. I'll repeat, +256 772 561 786. It's the same one on WhatsApp, and I'll always answer all your questions that I can answer.
Great. Explore with Peter Mugogo. I can tell you that if you are looking for culture exploration, if you want to learn about culture tours, they will not mention to you 20 names before they mention Gillian Josephine. And in our next segment, Gillian and I are about to discuss culture tourism specifically for the Acholi region. Explore with Peter Mugogo. We are talking about culture tourism, and I can tell you that if you wanted to do a culture tour, you will not find 20 names before you hear Gillian Josephine coming on your list of culture tourist guides. And Gillian is really well exposed, well researched, and very passionate about Acholi culture. And I would like us to have a conversation with you, Gillian, about the Acholi culture. I mean, you are the queen of the Northern Republic, and Acholi is really a strong part of this republic. But even before we go to that, there is something that originates in Kampala here that is originally from Acholi. We have the most luxurious suburb in Kampala called Kololo. And I know that originally this comes from your region. What is the story? What does Kololo mean?
Well, Kololo comes in from a very long history during the colonial times.
Okay.
Our chief, Ruot Awich, was arrested for resisting, opposing the colonial rules, and they bring in laws, and he says, no, my people will not do that. And then because he was resistant, they brought him and placed him in a prison, which is he made an exclamation, Kololo, It's actually, it's supposed to be kololo. Kololo. Kololo means I am alone. Ani kololo. Uh, because he was thrown there alone, nobody to talk to, no one to accept him and the gods. You see, so that is how the name came. Talking about cultures of the Acholis, when you talk about Acholi, um, there are so many things in around here that I would say originates from Acholi.
Really?
Yes, you say Naguru.
Yes.
That is Nang Agulu.
Say again?
Nang Agulu.
We call it Naguru Hill,
Yes.
but it is
Nang Agulu.
Nanga Guru,
Yes.
meaning
It's like, when the pot is there, you're licking something from the pot.
yes.
Yes, you lick from the pot. Nang Agulu.
Okay.
You have Bunga, but you call it Bung.
Bwa,
Yes.
and
that is-
you guys are calling it Bunga.
No, you guys call it Bunga.
Yeah, yes. I mean these guys here that are
Yes,
watching
these guys
us.
call it bunga, but it is bunga. Bunga is a forest, and when you look at the history of that place,
It was a forest. Okay.
so you know. When it comes to culture, culture cuts across. We've moved. We have. There is a recent person who is tracing his origin from Busoga, and there is a Lamogi from
Yeah, yeah.
Soga there, yes.
Yes.
So we have Lamogi of 1911 rebellion.
Yeah, I know the Lamagi Rebellion,
Yes.
and I come from Busoga. There is a whole region of Busoga which speaks a different dialect,
Yes.
and we call it Bulamoji.
Bulamoji.
What does Lamogi mean?
Lamogi. Lamogi is a clan in Acholi, but there are clans that made history of Uganda. You've studied about it as well as you studied about Laboa and Gipi.
Yeah.
They said no to colonialism. They
Yeah.
said we are not taking this, and they took up spears and resisted
Yeah.
the British rules. And they were smoked out
Yeah.
using a tear gas.
Yeah.
But otherwise, they were
They
not
said no.
coming out. There is Lamogi Hills, the Guru Hills and caves. That's where they were inside the caves.
The Guruguru Hills are in Acholi,
Yes, it's in Acholi.
and in Busoga they have the Kaguru Hill.
Now you see.
Okay.
So we need to trace back
the connections.
The connections, yes.
And wow.
We need that.
Okay.
Yes. So when we talk about the culture, I am one privileged person who has gone through most of the cultures of Uganda.
Yes.
And I've been through most of the culture sites in Buganda, and I have learnt about them. I've gone up until the western part as well, because I love culture. The eastern part, yes. What brings me together with culture is the food. I
Okay.
love to eat. I love food. I love to adventure different things. So they're borrowed. Like there is the kasubi here.
Yeah.
We have kasubi in Gulu.
What's Kasu? Oh, the restaurant?
No, we have a kasubi also in Gulu. A place called Kasubi.
What does Kasubi mean actually?
Kachubi. For us, we would call it kachubi. Kachubi means something to prick you.
Wow.
Kachubi. But now it is Kasubi. So culture, there is that.
Yeah, the
relationship.
interconnectedness
It
of
is there.
culture
Like
and
actually,
evolution. Yeah.
actually, and Bunyoro,
Yeah, certainly, yes.
we are very tight.
And when you mention Bunyoro, and you're talking about cultures of Uganda, I mean, each of the Ugandan cultures and history will trace themselves back to Bunyoro.
And Bunyoro also has that connection with the Luos.
Yes.
So yes,
Yeah.
the Acholis are the Luos.
Yes.
And yeah,
Wow.
As we go to our Toro, we
Yes.
have Oyo.
Yes.
So you know,
Yeah, I see
yeah.
that interconnectedness of
Yes.
Ugandan cultures.
They call it Rakidi. For us, we call it Lakidi. For them, they use the R. For us, we are the L. So you see how our culture is.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, this is really, really interesting. So, Gillian, if someone made a trip to Acholi region, what are the interesting things that one should experience if they want to have a feel of the people and their way of living in Acholi region?
Well, actually now has 9 functional,
Chiefs?
uh, do I say, there were districts. They
Okay.
have 8 districts and a city. So that makes it 9
Yes.
different entities.
Yes.
Each has its own uniqueness.
Okay.
We start from Agago.
Yeah.
When you're coming to Agago, we have Uganda Matters here in
Namgongo.
Namugongo. We have Acholi Matters also in Agago, Paimol, celebrated every 20th of October. Dawoodi Okello and Jill Dera. 16th February is a public holiday. We have a matter that is St. Janani Luwum
Lumo.
in Muchwini, Wigweng. By the way, that is where my mother comes from.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
that's my maternal home, Muchwini.
Now I trace where this whole appreciation of excellency and honesty and putting your head up for something that is right and not bowing down to something that is wrong.
Yes.
I mean, it's from your mother and your motherland.
It's from my motherland.
I mean, that's stuff we know for John and Wool, that he stood for what is right.
Yes,
Wow.
that's true.
Wow.
Yes, so that, and then just across, you leave Muchwini, you proceed as you go to Agoro Hills. There is a place called Lututuru Hills. Lututuru is where King George took refuge during the
Second World War?
Second World War. And the president, the late president Idi Amin, also went there asking himself, because he was a curious person. He was like, if somebody comes all the way
From Europe.
To come and take refuge here, what is
Special.
special? He went there and he had built stones,
Like a
seats.
fort, yes.
Yes, he also had his own, and he was planning to set up his own lodging facility there on the hills. So,
Gillian, you're saying that the King of England, King George, fled to Uganda
yes,
to seek refuge
yes,
and found himself a fortress in a hill
yes,
in Acholi region.
yes, which is now in Lamuo district. Ututuru is in Lamuo.
So, guys, there is another reason why Uganda is the Pearl of Africa. And the Queen of the Northern Republic is just sharing with us interesting information about Acholi and the relationship with England. So Uganda was not just the playground and backyard of Great Britain. It was also a place of refuge. And it is no wonder that they made endeavors to build forts here. We have Fort Patiko, we have Fort Lugard, we have Fort Poto, we have
Difule
Fort
in West
Difle
Nile.
in West Nile.
Yes, and then there is Emi Pasha Fort as
Yes,
well.
yes.
Yes.
Explore with Peter Mugogo. We are still unpacking Acholi region. So the King of England, King George, comes to Uganda to seek refuge. and you were at the point when President Idi Amin
Yes.
visited.
He visited and also built himself a resting place. So we find what is left now. There are
Plates.
seats on the rocks. But of course, you see, a curiosity of a human brain would think maybe there are treasures hidden. So they hit them down, and the same way Fort Particle was built, and then he went and also redid the building with stones, and which were still standing till now. Idi Amin did that because Sir Samuel Becker was there. To that fort was built to end slave trade in Acholi land. There was a king we call him Ruot of Patero,
Yeah.
who said, "My people will get finished if not." So he reached out to this, and then they said, "We will have to help and stop this." But I think somehow actually people had had something special that the British were. When you look at the chief being persecuted, that means there was something special about them. One of my elders told me that because we have Acholi East and Acholi West,
Yes.
so the East had famine, and then there was a forest. Now that you will judge me and say, now what? No wonder you live in a forest. Yes, my fatherland, which is Koch, was a forested area.
Did you say Koch?
Yes.
And there is a whole county in Uganda called Kochi. Okay, please go on. Let me not go into that. Okay.
Koch was a whole forested area with wild yams, wild foods. So my people from West actually came during that famine into the forest and survived. They lived there and survived. So that is another reason that Rotawich said when they wanted to destroy the forest and plant the artificial forest, they said, no, we don't want that forest destroyed. They said, give us a justification. So if you want a justification, go to the West and ask them what the forest did. And indeed, that's how the forest of Koch was saved.
Wow.
Because they said, we came here, we were looking for food, we had no food, and we got food in the forest. The forest kept us, the forest fed us and kept us alive. So I think the British had a good, peaceful environment right in Acholi. So that's why the king also found his refuge.
In these hills.
Yes, in the hills.
What more is there that one should look out for? So we have looked at the hill, the name of the hill.
We looked at Agago. We came to Kitgum,
Yes.
which has Janani Luom.
Yes.
Then we went to Lututuru Hills, which is in Agago. And of course, the general physical feature, the scenery, varies from one district to the other, and very beautiful. So those are, we would call them mountainous regions, but according to the classifications, they are hills.
Yes.
So they're just hills.
Yeah.
After hills that crosses over to Sudan, the same kind of setup, which is so beautiful and has fertile soils. They're planted coffee. The best coffee a few years ago, I think, less than 5 years, came from when we were testing coffee, I think, in New York.
Yeah.
The best coffee came from Rututuru Hills.
Okay.
Very fertile, very organic. That is Lamore. We come down to Amuro. That is where we get the Amuro Hot Spring. We get the Lamogi Rebellion site. And of course, when it comes to tourism, we have both the dark tourism in there. In Amuro as well, we have the Achak massacres, of course, what Joseph Kony did. But that's now the history that we carry forward. You come to Nuoya.
Okay.
Para. Para is Makshon Falls.
Yeah.
And I think Makshon Falls For me, who is a culturist, culture person, I'll call it para, either para or wangjok.
Wangjok, yes.
Yes. And then my Bunyoro people call it kabaleka.
Yeah.
So that's where we find the animals. We had got Lulim, which now has been taken over by human activities. It was a wildlife reserve.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes, we come like that. And Gulu, we have Fort Patiko. We have the War Memorial Stadium
Yeah.
for those who fought in the World War. And we have, when you go to Omoro, we have the Awere Hills, which has the history and the genesis of the Konyi movement, and Alice Lakwena, all that is in Omoro. So you see how rich
The region.
the region. You come to Pade. How do I forget my own home?
Yeah.
The forests.
Yeah.
You come to Pade. Pade, we have the Aru Falls. You see, it's about 7 lines of different falls. That just
Yeah.
so beautiful. We have the Kalawinya Hills with its own beautiful stories, and the rituals when it's being done. There, at certain times, there is a Falls water that is drawn and taken to the hills. So that is culture.
Yeah.
That is culture, and that is still about what. Then when we come to the dances, each has its own. The West Acholi
Yeah.
has its own rich traditional dances, and then the East, we have a number of them. We have the ones for the youth, we have the ones which is royalty, the bola.
Yeah.
If you're not royal,
You don't do it.
it's not performed for you.
Yeah.
Though sometimes they miss and do it. And for the youth, there is the courtship, there is the marriage. We have the twins. When they are naming the twins, we are naming different dances. We have them. The food, that is where my heart is.
Yes.
Food. When it comes to the food, you see, the British colonialists asked our region at some point, how comes there are no cases of malnutrition during that time? Because we had a whole balanced diet. From the cereals
To the nuts.
to the nuts to the vegetables that has chlorophyll, is full of ascorbic acid, malakwang,
To the root.
to the
To the
roots. So we have a number of foods that are very healthy. And the preparations itself, it's also very healthy. How it's cooked. And we also have those particular food that is a wife prepares for the husband and children don't get to eat. That is for them, and we call it ogonla. Ogonla is la is like a hide and skin you just put around, and when the husband eats the food, whatever happens after eating the food is what they prefer.
Only him can explain.
Only him. Only the two of them can understand, because the time the la gets off, it
It's a
is
different
ties
story.
itself. We don't, we can't tell. So it's that special food a woman prepares for the husband, and the time is also there to give it to him.
And the reason.
And the reason.
Wow.
So that is us and food. Every food has its own. And when they are naming children, the twins, there is a specific food preparation. The things used, they use calabash, they use clay pots. and they eat it without salt, saltless food. So
Wow. And the names themselves.
the names
Every name comes with a story.
with a story. Okech, that is during Okech, Akech, that is during famine. Omoin, Amoin, during war.
Opio, Apio,
Opio, Apio, those are twins. It's twins.
Okelo, Akelo.
Those ones that came after the twins. Akelo, Okelo, Koja.
Oh, so I am Okelo because I follow twins.
You see?
So how about tomorrow, if you forget my name, call me Okelo. And when I go to Acholi, please guys, I am Okelo.
Great.
Wow.
Onen is like, even a mother, if I go to a home and I am not welcome or I am mistreated, there are so many other names I will give to a child as in response to the treatment.
Reception, yeah.
Yes. Kidega is like they don't like me. Omara, Lamaro is like they love me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Komakech is like you're a bad luck or you're not good. You just like don't have a good vibe.
To use the young people's speak.
Komakech is like, I have all these bad.
Yeah.
So so many names that comes just with what happens, how the universe transpires, how the humans in the family treats you, even your own family. But there are other names that are named after prominent people. If an elder, maybe a great grandfather, was good, everybody would want to have children with that name. Even the neighbors, if they've seen that that child of that family is progressive, they would want to have
The same name.
the same name so that it comes with that good luck.
Wow.
Like Oyela, I have a number of Oyela in
your life.
Yes.
Okay. Amazing. Explore with Peter Mugogo. We are wrapping up our conversation, and as we wrap up, Gillian, what is your favorite tourist attraction or tourism area in Uganda? You've been to all of them. Which is your favorite tourism hotspot?
My favorite is Africa's true wilderness, Kidepo. Apena Kidep.
What does that mean for our viewers?
Apena Kidep, I think it's the Koromojong name, how Kidepo got its name. Picking the Borasa palm, they go to pick. Yes, so Kidep, Apena Kidep. We are going to pick the Boras. So Kidepo is my favorite home.
Why?
I love Kidepo. Kidepo will never disappoint me. The scenery, the wildlife. My most memorable was late mid this year when I went. We expected to get the ostriches at the hot spring down around there.
Yeah, that's where I got them when I was there last time.
And the Gilians as well there.
Yeah.
We got the Gilians.
Very close.
Very close.
To Apoka.
Very close. Even the ostriches.
Oh, before Narus?
Yes.
Wow.
Even the secretary bird. And I'm like, this is
Wow.
more than, it's not luck.
Okay.
It's just a blessing. So Kidepo is one place you will see a lot in just a few. And I think Kidepo has the highest the highest number of buffaloes
yes.
in one herd.
Yeah.
And you'll never see it elsewhere in Africa.
Yeah.
Not even in the world. So that is it just stands out. And blending the wildlife, the birds, with the culture. I can do all the wildlife and then come and relax it with
Culture.
culture. The jump. I didn't even know that there are meanings to those fencing off the homes.
Yeah.
There is one that shocked me. If Peter Mugogo has come into this family and has not married officially, there's a way they fence
That's
off your
it.
home.
Okay.
So until you go and do all the requirements and the ceremony,
Then you qualify for the right kind of manyata.
the right fencing.
Wow.
So that is
Wow.
something that is so rich, so authentic, and so refreshing.
And it's actually a way of communication it's a system of communication. So you pass a home and you will know he married, but he's
there is still
cohabiting.
something. Yes.
This one has done the wedding.
Yes.
And
So basically that.
oh, wow.
So that's why I love culture. Because, you know, sometimes I sit back and I laugh when I start reflecting. Now, there was an experiment of food that I did. I got the bamboo shoots from my Bamasaba land.
Yeah.
They call it Malewa.
Yeah.
And I got the salty fish, Angara,
Yeah.
from Pakwach. And I said, how about if I cook these guys together?
Wow.
What will it be? And then the peanut was from the Achole land. So you can imagine.
Three cultures being fused in one pot.
In one pot.
Wow.
I want people to at least come to the forest and ask for that food and you taste it. Especially my people from Bamasaba and the West Nile. Come and test that. It is, you will make...
This is literally a cultural melting pot.
Yes.
It's wow. Gillian, if you were not born in Acholi, and probably if you were not Ugandan, but you had to settle in Uganda, where would you choose to settle and why? To live, if you came from Kenya or another part of the world, but now you have to live in Uganda, which area would you settle in and why?
Where I am, even in my next life, I will still choose to be Acholi.
Okay.
I went to Kenya, we went to Mombasa, I got my royal treat when I got the Jaluos. So there is something about Luos that I cannot trade it for anything. Awesome. I love it, and I am one proud Luo, one proud Acholi Nyara Acholi.
Wow.
So I love it there, I love it home, and I actually did not apply for something because it was taking me away from home. And I said, I am not. So I will live in the forest. I will eat the wild food any day, anytime. And mix, I love to pick. But I know the hair potatoes is also here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's here. It's a wild, nice
potato.
Food. Yes.
Okay. And have you been to other parts of the world outside Uganda? Have you been to other countries outside Uganda? You've mentioned Kenya. Any other country you've been to?
I've been to Rwanda. Okay. My experience in Rwanda was crazy. Okay. Let me share this.
Okay.
I was moving. Actually, I was in Rwanda when the International Convention Center was just an artistical impression. Yeah. And there was only one storage building that you say, I'm going to that storage building, and they will take you to that one. Yeah. So one morning, I normally used to do my morning jogs. Yeah. So I got out of the hotel and moved out. Then I come to that stadium, the Amavubi. Yeah. Yes. Amahoro. Yes. Around there. Yes. And in my culture, somebody carrying a basin with cassava leaves, either basin or saucepan. Yeah, it's or like basket. It's not basket.
Basin or saucepan, yes.
Or a bucket is carrying water. Yes. And we put in the leaves or cassava leaves to make the water not to spill. Yeah. So I see the whole line of women with cassava leaves and benson on their heads.
Heads.
And I'm like, okay, all these ones are carrying water in a benson. Then I'm like, okay, so we share the same. Only to find them stopping at a point and people are coming to buy, picking up the cassava leaves. And I'm like, so
Okay.
that was the shock of my life.
So they were buying cassava leaves
Yes.
as vegetables, right?
Yes, as vegetables. But for me, I know cassava leaves in a basin, there is water.
Yeah.
We put that to stop water from spilling. Now, when I saw that, I'm like, wow. But I eat cassava leaves and we
Yeah.
cook cassava leaves sombe. Very nice.
Yeah.
And then, where else? That was my.
Yeah. First cultural surprise.
Then I went somewhere else and I found they're eating. That should be somewhere they were eating the soft leaves of beans.
Yeah.
Then I crossed a little bit to Congo and we're eating sweet potatoes vines. And I don't disappoint. I always taste and it's nice. Tastes
Wow.
well.
Food.
Yes. So at least the East Africa and I've
Yeah.
moved through
Yeah.
East Africa. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Great. I think our next conversation will be either in the forest or at least we should be in Gulu. Herbert and my team, please get ready. We have to explore more while we actually see some of these things.
Come to the forest and eat the three culture foods.
Yeah, the culture melting pot, uh, the meeting of East and West Nile and North together in one pot. Explore with Peter Mugogo. I love to take you on journeys through people's lives, through places and experiences. And we have come to the end of our conversation with Gillian Josephine, the Queen of Northern Uganda. And in our next conversation, look out for her. We'll be visiting the forest and we'll be showing you the forest. And of course, when you go to Gulu and the north, go visit the forest. You'd be encouraged to think about conservation, planting trees, and getting communities inspired into protecting the forests around us. Adios. How do you say bye in actually?
Obed Mabe.
Obed Mabe. Mweraba kwa heli. Auf
Wanen.
Wiedersehen.